Hi Sagittarius and Sagittarius cross-watchers. Welcome to Grateful Empress Tarot. My name is Sonia. Today I will be doing a general romantic love reading for the collective of Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, anywhere that you find the placement of Sagittarius in your birth chart, this reading could be for you. I definitely want to say welcome back to any returning viewers. I love you guys so much. Thank you if you are a subscriber. I really could not be doing this without you. It means the world to me that you're here. Also, welcome in if you're brand new. If this is your first visit here, I really hope that there is something here for you that you enjoy, and I hope that I connect to your energy. General readings are not personal ones. They did not go out with one person and that person's specific situation in mind. So, while you are here, please enjoy yourself. Use your own intuition and discernment to collect the parts of this reading that you feel are yours and are a part of your story. And then lovingly release the rest to a different Sagittarius that may need that message more than you at this time. Whenever the reading does resonate, if it is a sentence, if it is a segment, or if it is the entire thing, please hit the like button. Drop me a comment below and tell me how this is your story. Feel free to share this video with anyone you feel may need its messages. And lastly, please remember to become a subscriber to this channel. If I am the reader that you connect with and you're like, oh my God, yes, she totally got my energy. I'm connected. This is so cool. You can even hit the little notification bell, and then YouTube will notify you when I upload new materials on this platform. Just going to spend a little bit of time here pulling some cards to see who it is that we're connecting with. This could pertain to you and your energy, or it could pertain to the person we're reading about's energy. Now, when I flip these over, if none of this pertains to you or to your person, do not fret and believe that this is not your reading. It just means someone else here needed a little tiny bit more clarification so that they know who we're connecting with. I'm just going to straighten us just the tiniest little bit, and we're off. Okay. You or your person could have an addiction of some sort. Okay. Drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, overworking, television, video games. The list could go on and on. Okay. Could be something that there's a fleeting romance here, like it doesn't have the power to stay. Could be you or they are someone very irresponsible, doesn't pay your bills on time, doesn't take care of business, that kind of thing. Here we go, someone who overspends possibly, you or they are. And lastly, we have the energy of caretaker. We could be someone who daydreams about you very frequently. Could be someone who rents their home instead of owns it. Could be someone who goes by a nickname instead of their real name. Could be someone who visits the beach often. Could be someone who loves candy. Who doesn't? Okay. Could be someone who enjoys science and math. Could be someone who called you the other night. Could be someone who has personal pride for their collectibles. Take what resonates. Okay. Let's start off with our theme. We're beginning with something that's short term. So this is not a long-term relationship. It's a one-night stand or a fling. It could be starting off that way, but as of right now, it's only a short-term situation. Okay. We have the energy of Lilith herself. Dark Divine Mother of Creation, number 13. So let's read about her. I don't think I've gotten her yet. Oh, cool. Okay. This says, step into your sovereignty. Show your untamed and wild nature. When Lilith shows up in a reading, it is time to unleash who you truly are. Where have you allowed others to demonize, suppress, and control you? Stand in your power like the Dark Mother of Creation once did. Lilith was rebellious and untamed like a wild tree. In ancient occult symbology, the tree is tied to goddess fertility and the divine feminine. Unfortunately, her roots were uprooted and she was ousted from paradise. This oracle card invokes her wild and rebellious nature. She, like other empowered women in biblical texts, were painted as a vengeance-seeking demon to instill fear and submission in women. Lilith was the first woman before Eve. God created Adam and Lilith from dust, as opposed to Eve, who came from Adam's rib. She was painted as a scorned woman who disobeyed her husband. Adam, when he demanded that she submit and lie beneath him during sex, she refused, defied God and Adam, and left the Garden of Eden to never return. And for this act, she was turned into a demon and cursed for eternity. So I think this is really interesting because it really feels a bit like you're being told to show the world who you really are. Devil be damned. So if you are a person where you do not like to follow lines with conformity, or you know your truth and it's not as evil as people may seem to feel that it is, that's a-okay. You just be you. I think that's what I'm being told there. Because, my dear, number 24, love conquers all. This is about enduring loyalty, eternal love, and a lasting commitment between you and a person. What's really interesting is this short term, and we're going to see how that plays into this reading here in just a moment. We have number 25, mead and wine, and this says, your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. Your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. So this is, I think, really honoring your sexuality, who you are as a person, if that's what this is about. And it starts off as a short-term sort of a fling because you are being your authentic self and you are a very sexual being. There's nothing wrong with that. You just be you. You be the person that you are no matter what. That's the thing that will help you the most in this situation, because love conquers everything. This is really beautiful. And a 2 and a 4 is a 6, and 6s can be about reconciliation. So we're going to see how this all comes in. I was pulled a card for you that's a question. What am I manifesting in love? So I'm going to wait to pull the cards on this because I want to see what shows up here before we jump into that. What you don't see coming at the bottom of our main deck, I find the energy of the Moon card of Cancer and Pisces. The 5 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. I think that there's energy here about some of the things that you're not being told by your person. It feels like there's a lot of things that they have not said to you, and it's about regrets that they have, things that they feel badly about, things that they wish they could have done differently in this relationship. There's energy here of making some decisions that are inspired to move forward for each other, for the relationship, moving forward either together or apart. We're going to see how this plays out. So let's dive in. At this time, Sagittarius, your energy is sat in the 7 of Swords. There is something you are not saying. There's something you're not telling your person. There's something that you're omitting truth. Trying to hide behind something. Trying to stay hidden. Trying to not open the door to the fullest things that are there. But look, there's this... Here are 4 of these swords down here. Okay? Here's the 5th one underneath of the paw, and here are the other 2. So this almost feels like this is your current reality, but this up here is the 2 that you really have never forgotten about. This is the 2 that you always want. So if you're in a dynamic where you're with somebody that is not one of those 2 swords, but you've always known that eventually you were going back to this because of the love that you feel for that person and because of the sexuality that exists between the 2 of you, there is something here you're not telling your current person. It's about sort of, I think, this idea of where you're going to go for yourself in the future. We have the Temperance card of Sagittarius, so you're in your own energy. The 9 of Cups. The 4 of Swords, the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy, and the 10 of Wands. Yes, I think that's 100% what's happening here. I think that this feels a bit like There is someone from your past that you've always believed was the correct match for you. Something obviously happened. It might have been revolved around too many people being involved. Okay. What you're not telling your current person is that you've been patiently waiting, patiently healing, waiting for that wish to come in, which is that other sword up there with you, not where you're currently at. You have prayed, you have healed, you have meditated, you have had visions, positively visualizing the outcome that you want the most. This is you manifesting this into existence, and also manifesting the end of a lot of responsibility, a heavy weight on you. If you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders in the current relationship that you're in, and you are just patiently waiting for this wish to arrive in that other sword up top up there, that's something you're not telling your current person. There is 100% something here about you manifesting the end of that relationship and manifesting the person that you do want in your relationship. Putting down the burden of where you're currently at. Maybe that's what's been short term. It didn't have the lasting power that you believe those other two swords up above you have. Perspective is here. Talking to others and getting out of your bubble will help you to see things differently. So if you have someone that you really trust, that you can actually open up to about these things, I think there's energy there about that. Like, get a new perspective on this. Get some perspective on it that's not just where you're currently at, because what it feels like where you're currently at feels like you're doing all the work. We have number 9, the shield. Yeah, you're putting up kind of like walls around yourself from this person that you're with. You're keeping things almost at arm's length with that person. And number 4, the scuba diver. This is a deep dive into where you really do want to be. Desire, where your desire lies. Where is the thing that you really want? And you're really warding off anything you don't want. And that's sort of working on trying to manifest the end of what you're currently in. Ooh, so who is this and how are they showing up for you? Well, my dear, their energy is in the 4 of Wands. This looks like your divine counterpart. This also looks like that other person in that sword up there, because that makes an 11 and this is an 11-11. I think this is the person you have always wanted to be with. This is the love that conquers everything. This is the place where you are allowed to truly be your best self. The place where you believe in that energy, the sexuality, the unbridled, like not wild horses, but something in that. It's like this person allows you to be who you really are, and they don't expect you to be something different. They love how you are, and they believe that you are the reason for them to celebrate. They want union with you. I can clearly see that. One more? Okay. What's this one down here? Okay. Queen of Swords. Page of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. This person knows that you're with someone else that you don't want to be with. They know that. They have solid clarity on that. Like from this heart-led space, they know. They have regrets. I think that's the number one thing, is that they have regrets about the way things happened between the two of you. And the fact that you moved forward and you got into another relationship that is not with them, they know you're not happy. They know that you're really, really not happy at all. I think that there is this conversation coming that they want to have with you, in which they want to offer you something. And they also want to talk to you about, in this perspective, maybe it's time to become single. Even if this person is not ready for you at this moment in time, they've never given up the hope that basically you would be with them, because they like the way things are between the two of you. It's always equal give and take. It's mutual love, mutual respect, mutual investment, mutual, it's just very balanced between the two of you. They know you need to walk away from where you're currently at. They want you to do that. They want you to become single. I'll be really curious to see what their intentions are, because you can want somebody all to yourself, but then you, your own self, aren't making choices or sacrifices or changing things. Holding space. Make room for the magic to happen by clearing out any doubts from your mind. I think this person has always held space for you in their heart. They know that there's magic that exists between the two of you. There's something here for them, though, about why you two are not together. I'm so curious about their intentions, Sag. This is kind of interesting. We have number 1, the bonfire, and number 2, the tandem bicycle. Yeah, I think there's this beautiful amount of enthusiasm and energy, passion, a lot of orgasms. Don't shoot the messenger. She is all about our untamed sexuality. Okay, if you go look up on Cafe Astrology your natal chart, there is going to be a position at the last position or the second to last position that is your Black Moon Lilith. It is all about our sexuality, what turns us on, how we want to be perceived in intimacy, what we truly want out of sexuality, and what is the thing that lights us up. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, anytime somebody tries to shut this down, I say, why then were we given by the divine the ability to feel that level of pleasure? And if Adam wanted her to lay beneath him, but she wanted to be on top of him, doesn't that sort of remind you of Khaleesi and Khal Drogo in the first season of Game of Thrones, where she's like, no, I want to look on your face. I want to see you when we're doing this. I don't want you to be behind me or on top of me. It's like being confident in your sexuality. This person opened the door for you in that way. Like they made you feel finally like you could be your true self in sexuality without fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being looked at for weirdness or ooh, I don't want to do that. Ooh, gross. Why do you want to do that? This person has not ever made you feel that way. And neither them with you. And so there is a lot of energy towards that and the synchronicity that's between the two of you. You guys are really two of a kind. And there is a lot about that energy, that spark, that ecstasy of being together. When you two are together in an intimate way, the sparks just fly. It's like nothing either one of you has ever felt before. It's magic. Whew. So what is this person's intentions with you and this relationship? I'm dying to know. Page of Pentacles. They are intending to have a very honest conversation with you in which they offer you something little. Not big, little. This is think teenager, think childlike energy. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth in a really authentic way, and I'm gonna offer you something little because I don't have a full amount to offer to you at this time. You're over here releasing things you don't want. You're trying to end something and bring in that ending because this is the person you do want, and they you. So I like that their intention is to have an honest conversation with you. They're gonna offer you something, and they're also gonna tell you something they learned. That's really interesting. There's something here about possibly 8 years of time that has gone on between the two of you. Maybe you met this person 8 years ago. Maybe 8 years of time you guys have been trying to in and out with one another. There's something about that. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Hermit card of Virgo. I think that what this person's going to tell you is that they have gone into their higher self and really spent time in their mental space, like praying, meditating, maybe even going to like a meditation ritual weekend or yoga ritual weekend. But it has forced them to really deeply look at what it is that they want. What they want is a victory with you. They've never given up hope. They've held on to this idea that the two of you would be together someday. I think this is wanting to talk about good news and wanting to move forward towards happier times. So I think this truth that they're going to tell you, or the thing that they've learned here in this Hermit, is that they want a victory with you. They want this to work out. And yes, my dear, they are very passionate about you as well. Like the sex for them has been so fulfilling in a way where it almost like, maybe for some of you, this person, when you were intimate with them, there was one specific time for someone here that I'm seeing where that person was actually in tears afterward, but they tried to hide it from you, but you saw it. It's like it was so powerful and so deeply connected that it made this person get to tears. But they didn't want you to see it because they didn't want you to think that they were weak. The Wheel of Fate is here. You are now taking risks that could pay off, but know that there is success even in failure. I think that's what this person is intending to do, is take some risks to get closer to you in some way, shape, or form. If they are physically with someone else, I think that there's energy towards them maybe trying to move away from that briefly so they can have this conversation with you. Maybe they want to take you out to dinner or coffee, or just to spend an hour of time with you talking, holding your hand, touching you, looking at you face to face. Number 5, the Broken Vase. Number 1, the Sword and the Scales, and the Card of Youth. They could be a mutable sign. They don't have to be. I think that there's this energy here of truly knowing that if you do things by the book and you don't take chances, right? It leads to more crisis and more hardship between the two of you. It leads to like 2 steps back instead of 2 steps forward. It feels like a burden and a disappointment to this person when there's a setback in this relationship, and it feels a little bit like they want you to hear them out. They might be going through a legal proceeding. They might be finally telling you the truth about that. That might be something that they offer to you in that truth of that Page of Pentacles. The thing is, though, is that this is really, right now, they're kind of in this energy of a little bit strong-willed and a little bit insecure, especially because they know that you're with somebody else, even though they know that that's not the person you want to be with. There's some envy there. It's making them feel a little tiny bit insecure. But again, they want you to listen to them when they say to you, it's a disappointment that you're with someone else. They want you to become single because I think they're going to tell you they're in the process of doing the same thing. Your intentions are rather pure here. I like that, actually. So, okay, how do they feel about you, Sag? 8 of Pentacles. They feel like you are a hard worker. They feel like you've been very disciplined and you've put a lot of effort and energy into this relationship with them. They feel like every day when you talk to them, if you text them, if you call them, if you email them, whatever it is, every single time it makes them feel like this. It's enduring loyalty. It's eternal love. It's a lasting commitment that exists between the two of you because it's probably a past life relationship. And it also, if it's twin flame energy, You could try to cut the cord with this person 8 million times and it would never work. There is no such cutting of a cord with your other half of your own soul. You can't do it. It doesn't exist. There's no way that that can work. I think that this person very much admires what you do for a living too. It's almost like you make things pretty. So you could be an interior designer, you could be a hairstylist, you could be someone who is a makeup artist, you could be a plastic surgeon, you could be someone who is, you inject people with Botox or filler, something like that. But look what's at the bottom of the deck. The Tower is coming. There's a big change coming in this relationship. In a good way, it feels like, especially with that 8 of Pentacles up there. There's a lot of magic in the way this person sees you. Like you're disciplined, you work hard, you invest in the things that matter to you. They feel like you're an admirable person. You are being clarified by the Queen of Cups. They are madly in love with you. They love you so much. They feel like you're soft and tender and kind. I want to try to get that to center in on her. There's just this like waviness. Sorry for my ratchety nails. I'm going to get them done later. Sorry. Just this softness about you, and you're empathetic and you're kind and you're devoted and you're loyal. Knight of Cups. They feel like moving towards you in a romantic way is the exact thing that they were born to do. 3 of Wands. A choice was made a long time ago. This person is just waiting for the correct opportunity, and that might be once you become single. They may not want to do this when you're still with somebody else because they don't want to be the reason you blast that apart. They want you to choose that on your own. We have the Page of Cups. There might be children involved here. That's the 3rd page that's come out. Page of Swords, Page of Wands, and Page of Cups. There might be kids involved here. The Devil, Capricorn energy, and the 5 of Cups. This is the thing. This is the thing that's limiting them from coming to you, is these regrets. These things they wish had been done differently. If they're with a Cancer or a Pisces, it's about that. They've got regrets about the way things started between the two of you and what happened, especially if it was a third party. There's a limit here, and it's revolved around regret, shame, guilt, something not going the way that they thought it was going to, something that happened here that made them sad. It's almost like there was an investment, like you poured into their cup so much that they took you for granted, maybe. Mysteries. Appreciate what you don't know and seek to learn more before you make a decision. So yeah, there is still stuff you're going to be finding out about this person, or about where they've been, or about them finding out about you. They want to understand where you're at and what you're doing. And why you would be staying in something like this when really what you want is with them. Maybe what they don't see here is that you are actively working on trying to get out of that. It's like you're putting up this like this to almost everybody because you want to be able to get to this decision on your own, but you know clearly that you want to release the person you're currently with, and this is where you want to be. Broken heart. I think they're heartbroken without you. It's really hard for them. And I think honestly, once they found out you're with somebody else, it made them so devastated. It really hurt their heart. We have autumn. Something is going to happen in an autumn full moon. I am actually filming this in October of 2024. All of my readings are timeless, but there is something here about an autumn full moon and you being their queen. We have 7, the fine print, and 8 blinders. 7, 2, and 8 is an ascension here, and there are 2 3s here. 7 and a 3 makes 10. That something is done, and an 8 and a 3 is an 11, meaning That's the master number of twin flames. I think this person really thinks that you are someone that's very thorough. You're someone who, you're careful, you're introspective, you're someone who researches and pays attention. Like you're very observant. Like you remember tiny little things about this person and it makes them feel so good. That's part of why it's like confusing to them. That you have all of this love that you have for them specifically, and you guys are two peas in a pod. You're everything, all simpatico. Everything is excellent, but you're over here with someone else, and they don't understand why. Even if, now this is wild, even if they're with someone else, they want to know why you're still with the person you're with. It confuses them, and it makes them envious that you're with somebody different. They don't like that. You're theirs in their eyes. You're supposed to be with them. Whew. Sag, this is intense. So let's go back to our question here. What are you manifesting in love in this relationship? What is the biggest thing Sagittarius is manifesting in this love relationship with this person? Please and thank you. And one more. Okay. Let's take a little peek. What are you manifesting in this love connection with this person? Two of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Evolving technology. Upgrading your life may be necessary now as you have outgrown your old ways. Within a few days. A person of fire. And reconsider. Well, I think what it looks like to me is that you are manifesting the energy of you want this person to stop juggling. You want them to arrive the correct way. Your life is changing. You've outgrown something here. And it could be a person of fire. Maybe this person you're with over here is a fire sign like yourself, or they have a strong fire placement in the chart. Feels to me like what this whole thing is going to come in a few days. It's going to develop or unfold. There is something here. There's a reason you need to reconsider. Why does Sagittarius need to reconsider this manifestation altogether? Please and thank you. What is the biggest, most obvious reason? Because this person is still married. That's why you're being told to reconsider this. Something has to unfold or develop in the way the universe wants it to and not the way you want it to. This person is still married to someone else. And you trying to manifest this in a way where you want them to make a choice and you want them to show up the right way. I don't think at this time they're able to do it. You might be moving forward from a person of fire, but this person is still married to someone else. And that's why the universe is telling you to just slow down. Slow your roll. The Wheel of Fate is here. I think what I see here is that this is a relationship that is destined to be when the timing is right. And right now the timing is not right. So this is how I'm going to leave this. I'm sure that doesn't feel super great, and I'm sorry. And I'm also sorry this reading got so long, but we're here for it. So if this is your story and you're connecting with it in any way, please hit the like button, drop me a comment or an emoji in the text box so I know I've connected with your energy. And please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. It is always my honor to read for you, and I do look forward to reading for you in the future. In the meantime, Sagittarius, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.